Welcome everyone to Solomon's Crown, back at it again with another review video. You see, we're on TikTok again, trying to review this person called Dande Dande, 1987 backup, whatever that is. But anyways, she has some interesting things to say about the quote unquote Pookies and Ray Rays in the Black community. But without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so our channel will grow and reach more people. But let's get to it.
What are these Pookies and Ray Rays, and why are they getting so much pub? All right, cool.
Don't apply to everybody, but this is some women like hood dudes because there's some hood dudes who are very attractive, and you're able to get access to these attractive men at a discounted rate. And let me explain it. Some of these men are very attractive, but they come with very undesirable qualities. They have a bunch of kids, bunch of baby mamas, no job, no car, no money. But you will look over it because you're getting an attractive man in return. A man you know under normal circumstances you would never have access to. Because if he actually had his life together and he had real options of women to choose from, he would not choose you. And you know that subconsciously. You know that you would have never had access to a man that looked like him unless he had these undesirable qualities that would make you accessible to him. And that's the reason why some of y'all like hood dudes, because they don't have no self-esteem and they have very low standards of the women they'll entertain.
I mean, that's facts.
I mean, why do more for a high value man when you could just spread your legs open and throw them in the, all right, I'm just not to get that wild this early in the morning, but the thing is, like, yo, it's everything that all the characteristics they're looking for in a man are literally these Pookie and Ray Rays. Looks good, works out, can defend them, very headstrong and very straightforward. But that's the thing, you can't control dudes like this. Like,
how do you say this? So it's kind of a double-edged sword, because as another person, I think someone in the comment section might have said this, but a lot of the masculinity that the Black community has, or that's being pushed, it's hyper masculinity. It's kind of like the negative effects of masculinity, because it's true, a lot of these Pookies and Ray Rays are in the streets. They can fight. They can they're most of them, or a lot of them, work out. They're pretty boys or all this and all this stuff, but they can fight, but they might beat you up. They can fight, but you know, they can get in because they're emotional, because most of them don't grow up with any fathers. It could get into a fight and get you killed or get themselves killed, and you're there with as a single mom, or he could be in jail, all these sorts of things. So this is one of the reasons why it's important for fathers to be in the home, because a lot of these dudes, yes, they have pseudo masculine traits or hyper masculine traits, but they don't, it's not true masculinity, you know, being stoic, not letting your emotions get the better of you, you know, doing the right thing even though you might be the only one doing it, doing things on the straight and narrow. But and then a lot of females, they take what would be morally right for the square dudes and say like, oh, like, you're too boring, or you're not this, you're not that. And a lot of square dudes, to be honest, they don't have that edge that Black men are going for, that Black women are going for, it seems. So it's unfortunate, but it's true. Like, what was crazy is that remember that famous viral guy? He was a light-skinned dude, blue eyes, tattoos, went to jail,
came out,
literally, he got became a model. He got picked up by I think a millionaire girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Like, out of jail, he got picked up from his girlfriend who was a millionaire.
And then I think he left her and then got another girl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he pretty much was like, oh, appreciate you. And then like dipped out to chill with this another chick. Like the same thing with that female. I mean, they were doing this like man crush and woman crush days, and they were like literally people in jail. Like, it was just like,
it's unfortunate, but It seems like we live in a society, especially in the black community, because not only black women do this, but it seems like the majority. No, it's not only
Mm,
black women. It's not only black
mm,
women that do this, but it seems like it's celebrated in our culture for to be like a thug, to be in the streets and everything. And to be honest, like a lot of dudes, I would say like dudes like me who always like in the books and everything, like I wasn't getting that much play from black girls in America. In the Caribbean, it's different, but
yeah.
in America, like nah.
No, in
So
America, you pretty much have to be like, yo, I got a body on me, like little baby. Like,
hmm
I mean, but that's the thing too, is a lot of these women are think about like Migos and Little Baby and Gunna and all these dudes that women are just like, oh well, he do look good. He takes care of himself. Like,
and you
I,
see the wildest thing, it'll be like because it's kind of weird because women they will say like, oh, it's because he looks good. Pookies are the most attractive, and that's not necessarily true because I would even say that most of the Pookies and Ray Rays that actually look like the pretty boys, they might have one or two kids. It's like the not so comely like hood dudes that have like 14 kids, like NBA YoungBoy.
yeah.
Like it's
But I
crazy.
mean,
I
that's
think
the thing is like he's got 7 to 8 babies mama. So what is
yeah,
that saying about the women who are choosing him? Like, if you're like the
it's a
fifth
yeah.
baby mama, bro, like you know that. And the thing is, I think it's also going down to the fact that most of these men are successful, but they also have money. They take care of their kids, and their baby mamas most of the time are taken care of too. So they look at it. A lot of low tier black women or like women in general just look at it as a lick, where it's like, well, he's cute and at least he's having my baby, and I know that my baby, because they look at it as my baby will be taken care of.
Yeah.
My child will never have to essentially suffer. And we've talked about this before, where that's how a lot of women decide whether or not, even if the man isn't like the greatest dude, they'll literally still let this dude bust a nut in him and be like, well, he's a good father sometimes, or he's a protector, or if anything happens to my kids, I know that he's going to stand up for them. And that's where a lot of the like expectations stop for a lot of these men. I mean, one woman said in the comments, like, yep, easy to feel superior to a partner who has major flaws. And it is another thing, like we talked about women and ego and how their egos are bigger than
hmm
men and how they want to
Definitely
control
bigger.
things. And it's easy to control a hood dude because what do you got to do? Just give him some pussy.
And that's the thing too, and even ties into the video that we did with Tia Mori and her husband. And
Yeah.
check it out. I'm gonna put a link in the description, but it goes back to at the same time, women are more masculine, especially black women, because of the situation, the economic situation, the history that we have in black women in the country. But it's easy for a woman who has money, who has an ego, who has that drive, like as a man, like a man, to be like, oh, like this dude, he's cute, but he's also broke. So I can control him. I can still be like, oh, I brought you out of like poverty. Like I'm taking
Yeah.
care of you. Like I did this for you, so you owe me loyalty and all this stuff. So once a dude gets back on his feet or whatever, then she's like, oh, I can't really control him. I can't really like have him around my finger. And with the hood dudes, like a lot of the time, they don't have any ambition, because it'll be like, oh, this chick, like, she's cute. Like, she lets me beach, lets me borrow her Ultima. I get juice boxes from her
Mhm.
other kids. Like, I'm good. But it's very funny where you see a dude that's on his purpose. He has money. He's like on the straight and the level. Like a lot of hood
Yeah.
chicks or super masculine chicks would kind of be like, "Ew, like he's
Because he's
misogynist or he's
boring.
square. He's boring. Like I don't want to deal with him." So
Yo,
I
some chick
don't.
literally said in the comment box, I don't agree. Hood dudes be having options. Laugh out loud. And the thing is, like, the options are they got money, they are exciting. So it's like you get in the car and you might get shot at, or you might just literally go to Six Flags because a lot of these chicks will be like, "Oh my goodness, he took me to Six Flags. Like this shit's amazing." But
Bro.
the thing is like a lot of these women are just they've never been treated right. They don't know how to sit and enjoy a good man. So when they mess with the Pookies and Ray Rays, it's always just and the thing too is like a lot of these women to look at is like, okay, if I mess with this Pookie and Ray Ray, I just mess with all of them until I get to the good one. Because most of them dudes don't care. It's like, oh yeah, that's my like we used to pass her around, but now she's with this dude. And you hear these conversations all the time. But like a lot of these females are just like literally out there looking for the best D. They're
And that's all
defensive.
they look for.
And the thing is like as soon as they can get to the point where they're submissive because this dude is giving them the hitting the right spots and all this other stuff, they'll settle. They'll settle for a long time until they finally hit that breaking point where it's like, I got 3 kids. This dude ain't done nothing for me. A nice dude finally rolls up and gives her the attention she needs, even though she's got 3 kids.
But
And then
she's
she just,
ruined by that point.
I mean,
She's
low key.
ruined, bro.
I mean, women would say everybody deserves retribution, even though, like, they.
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, you've gotten to that point, and now you're gonna take all that baggage and stuff on a good dude.
Yes,
Like he doesn't deserve
yes,
that.
he does because she is still the prize, no matter what. There's a saying that I think it was who was it? Oh, it was Solomon's Crown. Believe all women.
Oh, yeah, we believe all women here.
Because you already know what time they're on. Like, even if she was doing the most, like she ran through like 6 hood dudes, had like 4 kids, but then she decided I'm gonna turn my life around, this, and that. At that point, she's cleansed of all her past,
Yeah, she's a born again virgin, bro.
essentially, and she's not gonna let that new dude beat because that that only got her kids in the past. And the thing is, too, if a woman's making you wait to have sex with her like that after having 4 kids, she probably doesn't like you.
No, she does like him. She just, she wants to prove that he's worthy of her 4 kids.
She's not sexually attracted to this man, but she will have sex with him in order to secure the bag, as they say, or secure a good man. But we got plenty of videos that we got lined up where we hit multiple angles of these, as these Pookies and Ray Rays would say. You got to hit all the angles to make them ankles welcome. But until next time, unless Pop's got something to close out. But
No, you ended that on the right note.
I mean, I could probably come up with something better. Once I come up with something better, I'll put it on the shirt for everybody. You gotta hit the angles to every angle has its own. All right, we'll figure it out. But until next
Just
time,
remember, guys, if you're on a Pookie, you're not getting with these modern day women.
do everything but hit a woman at this point. And she'll just open up her legs for you. In this day and age, maybe 10, 15 years ago, that didn't work because a lot of these women had morals and values. But I spent a week on Twitter and I've just given up. I just don't believe it.
It's a cesspool,
Oh,
bro. But
I
anyways,
saw a chick on Twitter say $20 for response to DMs.
whatever, man.
Until next time, guys and gals and everybody else. Peace.